What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we're going to be talking about Giant Killer. There's a couple power systems in the game that are just undeniably the best way to deal more damage, and well, we got a little spoiled because after Black Friday, the market was honestly flooded with A- copies because we had Black Friday, we then had a Soul Awakening session in December, we had even more B+ Awakening Stones coming, not only from Black Friday and that Soul Awakening session, but from Chinese, or not Chinese New Year, no, technically we didn't really get any great Chinese New Year, but we did have more chances at Christmas and such, and the market really got flooded with Giant Killer copies. And one thing I've noticed is prices have actually started to climb back up. There's a couple reasons for that. So when is the best time for you guys to try to save for Giant Killer? Well, we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. Hopefully you guys enjoy this, and make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Get into it. So as you know, there's two power systems right now that are the most influential on your hero. And no, we're not talking about like Tree of Origin or anything. The first one is most definitely Giant Killer. And one thing you will have noticed here, even the cheapest of Aspen copies are getting back up there in price. Now you can see a low bid on this one, but that's probably not something that's going to be great. The most important keyword on a damage dealing hero in the game right now is pretty much Giant Killer. When dealing damage to a target, it deals 2% more damage up to a cap of 100% for every 10% above self HP. So typically, when you're going in PvE game modes, every single enemy is going to have more HP than you, to the point where you're getting 100% damage dealt for the entire HP bar. Now, there are some other side ones here. I don't know if we can find anything. Giant Killer and Defier is another one, but this one only takes effect down to 70% HP, and that only deals 30% more damage. So this Giant Killer is the importantest keyword in the game right now, just because of how it works. And that basically doubles your damage output for your main damage dealer. The downside is, if you actually take a look at all the biggest damage dealers in the game right now, prices have gone back up. Now, they're not like way back up where they used to be around 20,000 for a Giant Killer copy, because remember, these all have really low attack rolls. You're literally just going for them for their keywords to double their damage, even though they'll probably have less attack than if you had a better B+ version of the hero. Now, there's a couple reasons why the prices have gone up. As I mentioned in the intro here, Black Friday injected so many of these extra awakening stones into the systems, especially the B+ ones. I think we had, what, 7 B+ stones or something like that? Maybe it was 9? Maybe it was 9 B+ stones at Black Friday that we could just buy on VIP 13 accounts, and B+ stones have a pretty decent chance of high rolling into an A- or higher copy, which means a ton of copies hit the auction house. What did that mean? The prices absolutely plummeted. If you remember, and actually I'll take a look at the prices of them right now. When we were doing our project to upgrade our Yorm Tum, we were buying A- copies here for 4,000 to 5,000 starry gems. That was a huge discount from the 8,000 you see here now. I wonder if there's actually any S tier heroes up right now either. There is one, and as you can see, 100,000 is pretty pricey. However, one thing we kind of got lucky on at the time we upgraded our A+ into an S, which I figured was the perfect time, is because hero copies were at an all-time low. We just had another Soul Awakening session, which again invested a ton of extra B+ stones into the game, and it really distributed who found what. So that was really nice to see. If you take a look at A- copies, they're still kind of lower, but as far as the buyout prices, they've literally jumped up like 3,000 starry gems. So it is not a time to buy a hero copy if you are still looking to do it. And honestly, there's only a couple heroes you'd even want to go for. Even the newest hero, you could kind of snag a copy for 10,000, but as you guys know, she's not like the best hero in the game. She's definitely not the worst, but she just doesn't really compare someone like Lord of Fear Aspen, Doom Terminator Vulcan, even Therapist Blood Betty. Granted, Betty is not a great investment to go for, but you can see the price differences here. So in the long run, what you guys need to keep saving up for is maybe even next year's Black Friday. I feel like every Black Friday moving forward, we are going to get a ton of Soul Awakening crystals, which means we're going to get a ton of A- and hero copies invested in the game. And on top of that, I mean, it's going to make the price of B plus heroes plummet as well. These are going for 1,500. You remember there's a point these were selling for like 600 starry gems at one point. You could take this, you could buy this B plus for 600, and then you could jump over here and you could retire the B plus for 1,800. You were tripling your starry gems into, or you're taking your starry gems and tripling them into contract starry gems. Now it's to the point where there isn't even much profit to be made. So please, please, please do not be touching the auction house right now. What it does mean is if you have copies like C- copies, because even C-, they're listed for 100. Usually these drop down to the high 70s when people want to buy them to retire them, because again, these retire for 100. So yes, 60, that's like a pretty decent deal. You make a profit of 40, but this is definitely a time to be selling any copies you want, because yes, you could retire this B- copy of Betty right here for 300 if you need it for Soul Awakening session events. But if you sell it, you can start stockpiling starry gems at this time of year. You want to be selling copies, not during Soul Awakening sessions. Most people get the hero copies and they're like, oh yeah, let's jump in here. We're going to list our hero copy immediately and try to get whatever starry gems you want. However, that's usually not the best idea. There will be people looking to still convert their starry gems into contract starry gems throughout the year because, well, it's the best way to buy value packages in the game as well. So that is something to keep your mind on. However, if you are a free-to-play player, I would highly recommend you don't spend any contract starry gems on stupid event weeks like the one that we have right now. Saving your contract starry gems up is going to be the most beneficial for you to wait and try to do a Soul Awakening session. Now, Soul Awakening sessions are not every Soul Awakening gala. I see a lot of people confuse Soul Awakening gala with Soul Awakening session. Always have Soul Awakening galas. We don't always have a Soul Awakening session paired with it. When a Soul Awakening session is paired with a Soul Awakening gala, that's when you can go to 200 points and try for that B plus copy. All you need to go is get your name on that leaderboard and you are set, and then you're going to get a B plus copy. It's been B plus for a while. It used to be B-, they upgraded it then to a B. The last couple have been B+, and honestly, I really hope they stick with that B+ model, because that is a great way for free-to-play players to strive to get their first ever Giant Killer copy. And as you guys know, that is a huge stat boost for your overall account. Like, it's just, getting these stats here are such a crazy amount of a damage addition. Even if you only have like I'd legit rather have a 5 million attack hero with Giant Killer and Defier than a 10 million hero any day of the week. I feel like there's only certain things like Augustus Magic Ball and effects like that it helps out with, but at the end of the day, Giant Killer is just so important to get any damage dealer on your account. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Sell now, buy later. See you guys next time.